Chapter 1 A Bond Forged in Gunsmoke. Desperado is a Wild West-style tabletop RPG set in an alternate universe. The people of this world are populating a landmass similar to America named Libertaris. Society in this land is slightly adjacent to America from about 1870 to 1910. To avoid controversy and not repeat the dark history of early America, this land has no current inhabitants to displace or harm. This setting will be devoid of racism, slavery, or genocide. No occupant is considered less than another, especially as long as lead and gunpowder have their equalizing powers. The East Coast was settled first, leading to a large and densely populated coastline with bustling urban streets. To the west of this is a large open expanse of grasslands and desert, called the Plains, occasionally interrupted by hills, rock formations, and creeks or rivers. Just past the plains is a range of mountains and wildlands that are nearly untraversable, for now. The plains are sparsely populated, and only the toughest and most rugged of individuals will even attempt to live out west of the cities. Small towns dot the plains, usually a cluster of buildings necessary for survival and society, with a dusting of ranches and farms in the nearby area. These cities are interconnected by roads. These roads often travel on horseback or by coach. It is on such a coach, along such a road, traveling to such a town, that we meet the heroes of our story. Lux, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, so I'm playing Etta. She is 5'6" in height, and she's got olive complexion, dark brown hair. She usually wears braided when she's out adventuring. She wears a dark brown Boss of the Plains with pinch front crease. She usually wears natural cotton, full button blouse, a canvas vest that's dark brown, a dark brown, well-worn canvas duster. The duster is just a little bit too big on her, though. Dark brown trousers, dark brown Victorian lace-up boots. She has a red bandana around her neck. She's got a gun holster belt with 3 holsters. One's left-handed, right-handed, and then a cross draw. And then she also has an ammo belt with 40 cartridge loops on it for her pistol ammo.
Khalil, go ahead and introduce yourself. Okay, Nick. No, you don't have to be too in depth. You can just give a general idea of your character, kind of what they're wearing, their name, of course.
Well, my character's name is Samuel Weston. Of course, he is the same color complexion as me. He currently is wearing a sugarloaf hat with a Gus crease on it. He has a little bit of like an overcoat, like you would usually imagine people in the westerns wearing. Kind of an older gentleman, not towards his later years, but middle aged.
An Idris Elba type.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
a little bit younger than what he is now, but yeah.
Okay. And Nick, go ahead and introduce Soup Boy.
Name's Jed, aka Soup Boy. They call me back home. Short, scrawny little guy, shoulder height, unkempt black hair. Got a an old worn vest and a yellow undershirt. Got 2 pistols strapped to my hips and a Silver Star repeater rifle strapped to my back. And that's me.
What kind of hat you got?
Kind of hat I got? I got an open crown, dusty old sugarloaf.
So, we are starting off. All of you guys are in a coach on the way to the town of Fremont. This is essentially the furthest out town to the west, pretty far across the plains, almost all the way to the mountains and the wildlands. For one reason or another, you guys have decided to get on a coach, travel as far west as possible, and start new lives. There are 4 of you. It's a closed carriage. There are you 3, of course, and one other person in there. The other person is a young man. He has the appearance of being all business, despite seeming young and inexperienced. His clothes are very official looking, with a pinch front fedora, a blazer and waistcoat, and he wears shoes instead of boots. All this clearly marks him as being someone from the city.
Hi, y'all. I'm Etta. What brings you all out here?
Etta. I'm just traveling for a fresh start. We'll say.
Oh yeah, where from?
Yeah. Oh, I'm from around.
Nice. Vague. I like that.
What about you? What are you doing out here?
Oh, well, I used to own a brothel, but the town that I'm from decided that they didn't really want outlaws and brothels and things of that nature. They're trying to clean up. So I sold my business and I'm heading out west to start a new one.
Hmm,
How about you
very
two?
nice.
The young man in the coach with you guys, he says, "Oh, I'm coming in from the city. I'm on official business, but don't worry about it."
Official business. You look a little dressed up to be going to Fremont.
Well, sometimes people in the city like to take pride in their appearance.
Loretta thinks that the city guy looks like he might be rich. So she kind of schmoozes up to him. Um, if you ever want to get your kicks off, even though there might not be a
Please,
bordello there.
lady, some people from the city, we have what we call dignity.
Well, you're heading out west, so maybe
Maybe
you're not gonna
heading out
find.
west, but I'm still from the city. All right. I don't really want to make conversation. I just want to get to Fremont and do what business I have.
Oof. Okay then.
All of a sudden, the coach that you guys are riding in seems to speed up without warning. It's kind of getting to
Ooh.
almost a dangerous speed. Like, especially with how old-fashioned the coach is, it seems like it might be hazardous to drive this fast. You can only see a little bit to either side of you. There isn't any window to the front or back, so you can kind of see the horizon. You can see hills and bluffs, small scraggly trees, dying grass, but it's mostly kind of desert.
I guess I'll just ask the driver what's the hurry.
He can't quite hear you over the sound of the horses and the coach driving,
Okay.
and also the fact that he's on the outside of the cabin. All of a sudden, the coach starts getting even more bumpy, especially for an old stagecoach, and you guys hear a gunshot ring out very close by, and then another, almost as if it were right outside the coach. Everybody give me wisdom checks.
3.
4.
6.
Oh, 4.
3, 6, and 4. So all of you guys passed. You guys remember when you were getting on, the coachman has a double-barreled shotgun with him for defense. And so most likely those two gunshots, they sounded so close, it's most likely him firing off his shotgun.
Oh, okay.
And you guys hear another gunshot, this one further off in the distance, and the coachman cries out in pain, and then everything's quiet. Everybody give me perception checks.
5.
5.
4.
Okay, you guys all pass. After you hear him cry out in pain, you hear the thump of him falling off of the coach and onto the ground behind you guys.
Oh crap.
The coach continues on for a short time. Everyone give me another perception check really quick.
I brace myself. 3.
7.
4.
Khalil and Nick, you guys hear horses galloping. You hear this off in the distance behind you guys. It's hard to hear over the sound of the two horses that are connected to the stagecoach, but you definitely hear other horses galloping and closing in on the coach. The road starts getting much bumpier, and then suddenly it hits a very large bump and bounces the stagecoach up in the air, almost flipping it over. And when it lands back on the ground, you hear a crack, and you hear the sounds of the coach horses galloping away. Apparently, they had been broken off from the coach itself. The stagecoach grinds to a halt, and you guys start hearing the sounds of horse hooves getting closer again from off behind you guys. Now all of you hear them, and they start getting closer, and then they slow down just outside of the coach.
I am going to pull both of my Silver Star Model A's out.
I'm gonna ask the rich businessman if he has any weapons on him.
You guys see the young man with you. He pulls out a little derringer, And he clutches it close to his chest and he seems completely terrified.
Oh, honey, don't you worry yourself.
I'm gonna ask for his weapon and tell him to stay inside the cart.
Unless you could buy us out of this, man.
He looks at you completely confused and he says, "This is the only gun that I have. I'm gonna need this just in case. All right. She's got 2 guns. Why don't you ask her?"
Sweetheart, here, let me give you my shotgun here.
You can see he gets much more scared and he realizes, like, it's probably a better idea to just hand it to you. It's a tiny gun, just so you know, a Derringer. It's basically like a tiny little 4-shot revolver. It fires the smallest bullets available. It's just a holdout piece. It's likely in the city that's probably all he's got.
You sure you don't want my shotgun?
I'll take that too.
All right.
He says, "Well, hey, if you got the shotgun, give me the Derringer back."
Are you gonna come out and help us?
He says, "Yeah, come out and help you. What do you mean?"
It looks like we're about to get into a fight. What do you mean?
Well, not necessarily. Hold your horses. It's
Yeah.
just better to be prepared.
Maybe they just want to take this rich man and leave us alone.
He says, "Why do you assume that I'm rich?
Look at those shoes, man.
It's your hat, honey.
This is how people dress in the city. I'm not very well off. I could only afford a tiny little Derringer."
Look, we don't have time for this. Are you gonna help out in the combat or not?
All of a sudden, you guys hear one of the bandits from outside yell, and he says, "This is a robbery. Do not exit the coach or try to resist. We will shoot you dead. We have
Told
no
you.
problem killing you, but would prefer to keep our lead for future use. Simply ready any valuables you may have, hand them over, and I'll let you go."
I ain't giving him my guns. Cleo, by the way, I gave you a brown bear with improved sights.
Hold on.
Solomon Brown Bear shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see any of the guys, or are they just yelling at us? from
You can
behind?
hear them from behind you. You'd have to peek out through the window to get a look at them.
Can I do a perception check to get an idea of how many horses we're running?
Yeah.
What does a 10 give me?
A 10?
Yeah.
Yes, you heard 4 horses, precisely 4 horses.
Okay.
And then you
so
heard
at
one of
least-
them get down from the horse and get closer.
Okay, so at most 8 people.
The bandit continues, he says, "We have 6 men with the accompaniment of 2 sharpshooters, ready to put you in an early grave if you try any funny business." The young man whispers, "That's 8 men. We're goners for certain."
I think they're bluffing.
The bandit keeps going. He says, "We tried to flag down the driver, to be civilized about things, but he decided to shoot at us and speed away. Mighty unfriendly, if you ask me. So we had to resort to shooting him back, much more effectively, might I add. Good job, Freddy. So, are we going to be able to be civilized about this, or are we going to have to resort to further ugly business?"
I'm going to yell out, "Are you guys really going to shoot at a woman?"
The young man says, "Please, fellas, I don't want to die. Let's just give him some money and maybe he'll let us be."
I think we
Uh-uh.
wait for him to open the door and blast him out, then hop out.
The bandit says, "Unless you guys agree to our terms, we will have to shoot you regardless of gender. You guys agree to be civilized?"
Well, how about you come on in here and take our valuables then?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yes.
whoa, 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 whoa.
He says, "All right." And he starts walking.
They'll
And
shoot
I'm not
the-
trying to get
They'll
shot.
shoot the.
I'm running away from trouble. I'm not trying to get into some here. Let's give him some money.
Hey,
No, I ain't giving them my money. It's hard earned, and I need it to start my brothel.
how much ammunition do you have on you?
For the shotgun, I've got 12.
Can I get some spare shots?
Oh yeah, I'll give you all 12 of them.
Oh, 12! Jesus!
Well, I mean, I'm wanting it back after this is said and done.
All right, you guys hear the guy who was yelling starts walking up to the stagecoach, and he gets up to one of the sides. I'm gonna say it's closest to Etta and the young man, and he opens up the door. Does anybody want to take action?
I'm gonna hide my guns and just flutter my lashes at him and say, "Do you really want to do this to a woman?"
And he says, "Sorry, lady." In this business, I make enough money to hire much prettier women than you.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
Shit.
give me aim checks. I'd say at this distance, you don't need to make any aim checks, but would you like to make aim checks for critical damage?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna do 3 checks.
Okay, so you have a modifier of -2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to deal 1 constitution damage to him if successful?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, so give me 3 checks.
The first one was a 5. 1
Ooh.
and 2.
Okay. Unsuccessful. That's just for one of the guns. So that one, all it does is hit him. He is going to be wounded, but it doesn't deal any constitution damage. Would you like to make the same aim checks for the other pistol?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
3 of them. 1,
Okay.
6, and 1.
Wow.
I
What's
know
your
I'm rolling
modifier?
like shit.
We're gonna die.
For the aim, it's 6 or 1d6.
Huh, wow. So yeah, you hit him, both of them. They seem to, one hits him in the arm, one hits him in the shoulder. Not super bad. He is bleeding, but he is not heavily wounded.
Is he still standing?
Yes, very much. Easily.
Does he have
Okay.
his weapon drawn?
Yes.
All right,
Shit.
I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna blast him.
Okay, hang on. So he is holding 2 pistols as well. But first, let's get everybody into initiative order.
4.
4.
5.
Oh, your score is 5.
Yes.
And Etta, what's your score?
4.
4. Okay. Khalil and Etta, you guys both roll the dice to see who gets to go ahead of the other.
3.
7.
Okay. We have Nick. You go first.
All right. Well, we're blasting. And that guy's still up. So I'm just gonna draw my weapon for 1 point, cock it for 1 point, fire it for 1 point, 3 points, and then since it's this close, you said no aim checks.
So you're gonna have to do, if you deal 2 critical damage, it's gonna deal none. You're gonna have to get 3 or more to actually deal Constitution damage.
Okay. Well, if it's pointless at 2, then I ain't gonna do it.
You go for 3.
So, nah. I'm just gonna shoot this first one. See what happens. Yeah, I guess it hits him.
Yeah, if you're firing from point blank range, yeah, it's gonna.
Okay. How does he look after the first one hits him?
He's bleeding. He's still basically bleeding just as much as he was, but
he just,
it wasn't a
standing
critical
there?
hit. So you basically just hit him somewhere that doesn't deal any critical damage. You probably hit his shoulder as well, or his arm. So he's not going to get killed by perforating his arm.
Okay, he's just standing there menacingly. Okay. So I still have 2 points, and it takes 2 more to cock and fire, so I'll go again.
And I actually try to hurt him.
Fuck it. 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do 4. So
Yeah, he'll bleed out if you keep fucking up his arm, but he's going to be able to kill you while he's bleeding. So try to make it actually count.
all right. 4. All right, I rolled 4. I got a 3, a 1, a 2, and a 1.
Okay, so that also did not harm him. That just kind of grazed his chest. He is considering himself the fucking luckiest guy ever to have just opened up the door to the coach, got shot 4 times, and none of them were like vital injuries. Khalil, it is your turn.
Okay. If I'm reading this thing right, it takes 1 AP to pull both the.
You're gonna give him both barrels.
I'm gonna give both barrels.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yep.
why not?
Yeah, on a double barrel on the Solomon Brown Bear, that you just spend 1 AP and it pulls both triggers.
Nice.
All right. So I'm gonna spend 1 AP to cock it, both, and then spend another AP to blast them.
Okay. How many extra aim checks are you wanting to do? Are you just going to go for the gut? Do you want to blast him in the head? I don't know.
How many's for the head?
I'd say 3.
3?
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'm gonna roll 3 then.
I believe in you.
Please don't roll a 1.
Got a 6. I got an 8. I got a 7.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, so you deal 3 constitution damage and then +4 for using the gun. I think that's doubled because that's both barrels. So you did 14 constitution damage to him.
Uh-huh.
You fully, his head and neck are just gone. He is obliterated.
Got it.
He got ventilated through the arms and shoulders a lot, and then someone decided to just go for broke. And yeah, you got him.
Okay.
All right, folks, we better move quick because otherwise they're going to open fire in here.
Yeah, Edda,
I'm
it
gonna-
is your turn. Or actually, I
Hold
guess
on.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spend an AP to eject. It's fine.
Mhm.
I'll just load the other one in and
I mean, you can definitely kill someone with 1 shell, though. But anyway, so that's the end of Khalil's turn. It is now Edda's turn.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and just jump on out and look behind the carriage. And what do I see?
You jump out, look behind the carriage. You see 3 men. One is an older fellow. Kind of looks like almost like sort of Gandalf beard, sort of. He's
Mhm.
wearing a beat up old open crown sugarloaf hat. He's got a dusty, ragged brown duster on. He is holding a rifle. The next man next to him is also holding a rifle. He is a very mean looking, hairy man. He's got an open crown derby hat and a gray waistcoat over a faded blue cotton shirt. He's got very hairy, like arms, chest, face. The last guy seems to be holding 2 pistols, and he is a lean, gangly man. He's wearing a weathered, Gus-creased 10-gallon hat with a star-shaped hole punched into it, and just a dirty white cotton shirt with no collar.
Okay. So I've got my 2 pistols. How far away are they?
They are, I'd say, about 15 feet back.
Okay. So I'm gonna I've got my 2 pistols. I'm gonna aim one at one rifleman and one at the other rifleman, and I am going to shoot 4 times, both of them at the same time.
So you're going to have to be making 1 aim check just to hit, and then you can make further aim checks to try and wound them.
Okay. So should I roll the aim checks first and then the crit checks? Or the
Yeah, sure. We'll roll 4 aim checks and see how many of the shots hit.
Okay. 2, 6, 3, 3.
Okay, actually hitting them. All right, now
hey, I didn't hear a 1.
Now, go ahead and make accuracy checks for each of those shots as well.
Okay. 2. Adelaide move. 4, 3, 2.
Okay, no ones. All right, now, are you going to be wanting to try to make some further aim checks with those? You're throwing out a
Yes.
lot of lead, so you can definitely kind of get
Oh, yeah.
funky with it.
Yep, I'm gonna roll for each shot. I'm gonna roll 4 times.
Okay.
So for the first one, 2, 5, 3, 6.
Okay, so you're dealing 2 critical damage to one of them. Is that so? You said you were shooting the 2 guys with rifles, right?
Yes.
Okay. And which one are you gonna hit with that? The old guy or the hairy guy?
The hairy guy.
Okay.
Okay.
That seems to have hit him very hard. Like straight to the chest.
Okay. Next one. 5, 5, 2, 6.
Okay. And who's that hitting?
Hairy guy again. Or no, it'd be the old guy.
Okay. That guy he clutches where you hit him. That hit him like right in the gut. He clutches and he falls off his horse to the ground.
Okay, 2 more shots. 4, 5, 1, 3.
Okay, that hits him, but it doesn't seem to like hit anywhere critical. It hits his leg.
And then the last one is 3, 4, 5, 2.
Okay, and that's going to the guy who's still standing.
The hairy guy, yeah.
Okay, that hits him right in the chest again, and he falls back off the back of his horse, and he's not moving.
Wee-ho, guys, come on. There's one more guy out here that I can see. Don't let me have all the fun.
All right, now it is their turn.
Oh shit.
It's whose turn?
The enemies.
Oh, shit.
I guess there's only one guy left though, but
Yeah.
he has his dual pistols that he's going to use.
Uh-oh.
Ready? And yes, Lux, you are the only person still there. So I'm just curious, how much Constitution do you have?
3.
3. Okay, thank God. Because each of his hits dealt 1 Constitution damage.
Oh, fun.
All right, and that is the end of his turn. It is now back to Nick.
Business boy ain't doing nothing.
What the fuck did you just say?
Business boy ain't doing nothing.
No, he's hiding. He's terrified. He's staring up at the ceiling, clutching his gun to his chest.
Okay. Is there just the one door to exit the coach?
No, there's one on either side.
Okay. I go out of the other one and
Hmm.
aim my gat piece at that man's fat piece.
Not gonna inquire further. Just go ahead.
Okay. So I'll make an aim check. I got a 3. Yes.
All right. Make an accuracy check.
All right. Accuracy check. That is also a D6. I got a 3.
Okay, that hits. Did you want to make further checks to try to pop him?
So this man, he appears to be fairly unscathed from what I can tell.
He has not been hit yet. No.
So then I will make, so with a critical modifier of -2, I need at least 3 to do 1. So
Mhm.
I'm going to do 4.
Okay. He doesn't
Let
seem
me
too
check.
tough. Just saying.
4, 2, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Successful. All right.
Yes.
That hits
So
him
that's
right in the chest, and he gasps for a second, clutching at the wound, and slides off the saddle and hits the ground in a puff of dust.
I frantically look around. Anyone else? Perception.
Okay, give me a perception check.
It is a 5.
I guess really quick, everybody give me wisdom checks to see if he was lying earlier.
3.
3.
1.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody but Khalil could recognize that he was lying.
Okay.
About how many people there were?
Yeah, it was just those 4.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna
Wouldn't it be
go.
my turn?
I mean, combat's over at this point.
Well, I don't know that.
Yeah, but yes, it is your turn. Jump
Okay.
out and shoot the nearest person.
No, I'm gonna jump out and do a perception to find the
Okay.
snipers that he was talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
What does a 2 give me?
You don't see any.
I don't see any.
No.
Okay.
You're just
gonna-
like, shit, everybody get down. There's snipers still.
I'm gonna go over to the guy who shot me, spit on him, and then take a look at his pistols.
Okay, give me a constitution check. You're bleeding.
5.
Okay, you're good. No, you have critical damage. You're basically gonna have to either rest up or fall unconscious. So we'll just have to keep going. I'll just be having you
Holy
make
shit, are
constitution
you
checks
okay?
every once in a while. Yeah, she was shot like right through the stomach like 2 times.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
How are you still standing?
I'm clutching my stomach. I go over there, spit on the guy, and then take his pistols.
Okay.
What kind of
give
guns
me
you got?
give me an intelligence check.
8.
These are 2 Baron Lawmen.
What kind of ammo they got?
Those are medium short.
Yes.
They're completely different than everything else you have.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna limp on back over to Khalil's character, hand him the guns, and say, "Can I have my shotgun back, please?"
He kind of wants
I
to keep
don't
it.
No, I'm kidding. I'll load the extra shot back in. I'll give it back to her.
Okay. So everybody make sure that you take off however much ammo you have used other than Khalil, I guess.
Yeah, so I used 2 shots of your gun, so you're down to 10 Lux.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna rifle through the pockets of the men for some cash.
Okay. The guy nearest the coach, the leader, he seems to be dressed much nicer than everybody else. He has a pinch front Boss of the Plains hat on. He had the 2 Baron Lawmen, and he had 27 medium short ammo, which is the ammo for those pistols.
Mhm.
If you want, you can just take his holsters, which will have ammo loops.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
And give me a perception check to look through him and find his wallet.
What is an 8?
He has $34.91 on him.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
Damn.
And also, his boots are really nice. They're like black, well polished boots, and they have like very, very nice looking embroidery of a scorpion on the side of each.
Shoot, I'll take it since I got the kill.
Okay, that's fair. That's how it works out here.
What happened? Are their horses still there, or did they get spooked off?
The horses are still there.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the reins of one of them.
Didn't you say one of them had a shotgun?
No, there were 2
Rifles.
rifles, and then 2 of them had dual pistols.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the ones with the rifles and check for ammunition.
Okay. The guy with the old guy with the sugarloaf hat, he had a Baron Frontiersman and 14 small long ammo. And
Mhm.
give me a perception check.
3.
And he has $9.22.
Can I see how much money the dude who shot me had on him?
Yeah, that was the guy with the 2 pistols. He
Mhm.
had. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
3.
He had $8.47.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket that. You have anything else on him of note?
He had 16 small short ammo,
Okay.
and then the 2 pistols.
And then the other guy with the long rifle.
He has a Solomon Hawk and 9 medium short ammo, which is the same kind of ammo that your gun uses. And give me a perception check.
You said Solomon.
Solomon Hawk.
And how much was from the main guy again?
I believe that was 27 rounds.
Okay. And then what were the name of the pistols? I'm trying to find them.
Those were Baron Lawman, the very first gun.
Okay.
And give me a perception check to search through them.
9.
All right, he had $6.32. You have made a lot
Okay.
of money from this.
So I'm gonna give the $6 to Lux, can you say your character's name again?
Etta.
Etta. Okay, I'm gonna give the $6 to Etta and say for letting me borrow your gun.
Thank you.
Plus, you could probably have someone look at you.
Yeah, I might need to get this looked at.
Yeah, Lux, give me a Constitution check.
God damn it. 4.
Okay, you're good for now. All right. The young man who was in the coach, he stumbles out and he like pats himself down. And he's like, "Did I get hit? Am I okay? Am I gonna die?"
Perception
Yes.
check for this man.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, 6.
Does seem like a loose bullet grazed his leg, but he's definitely gonna be fine. But he looks down and he sees a little bit of blood on his pants, and
Mhm.
he like the blood drains from his face and he falls to the ground, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to die. I'm scared."
Oh, sweetheart, that is just flesh wound. Look at me.
He looks at you and his eyes go wide, and he's like, "Oh dear God!
You
I'm
don't
gonna.
happen to be a doctor, do you?
No, I think you're gonna need a miracle worker for that."
I'm gonna go ahead and get on a horse.
Yeah, well, we better get going and find us one, don't we?
There should be 4 horses, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then there's one for each of us.
Yep.
Sweet. I'm gonna get on a horse.
We should get going before more like them show up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go up to the front of our coach
Mhm.
and check on the driver.
He
The
fell off.
driver's behind us.
He's behind us. He
Yeah,
fell
he
off.
fell off.
Yeah.
Are we able to still see his body?
You think you can? Give me a perception check.
So it's pretty far down.
It's a little far away. You could probably ride a horse over them.
Okay, I got an 8 on perception.
Okay, yeah, you definitely are able to pick him out.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna reload my silver stars.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down there.
Okay. Are you riding a horse or are you just walking?
I'll grab a horse.
Okay. The city boy, he also tries to get onto a horse. It takes him a little while. He definitely messes up more times than not. And his like jacket is now like weirdly tucked under him on accident. And he's sitting kind of uncomfortably, but he's managed.
I'm kind of doubled over in the saddle.
So Nick, you get
Uh.
over to the coachman. You can see he is definitely dead. He is bled out. But you can see right next to him is his shotgun.
Mhm.
Do you want to take that, or do you want to be respectful?
I'm not gonna take that.
Ride my horse over to what? I'm gonna ride my horse over to him. What's the shotgun?
That that is a Baron coachman. Nick like walks over, stands over the body, and like does a cross. Like bows his head, and Khalil comes up. He's like, "Oh, nice gun."
How is he? How's Khalil able to hold all those rifles and guns? You looted them all, didn't you?
He's got the gun slung over his shoulder, and he has the holsters for the 2 pistols.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought there were 4 pistols.
And we just got horses. Come on.
Okay.
There were 4 pistols, but I don't think he took some.
Okay. I'm gonna point to the city guy and say, "You might want to grab you some better weapons," and then like point
Is
to
there, like,
the
a
other
holster?
pistols that were left.
He looks down and he says, it was problematic enough getting up into the saddle the first time. I think I'll leave it at this. I don't intend on needing a weapon, but maybe when we get into town I'll be able to buy one. I don't know.
Is there any way I could do like maybe a wisdom or something to see if I recognize the description or drawing of any of these guys to match like a bounty or anything?
You can. It's possible if they're kind of working in this area that there wouldn't be any bounties posted far away.
Okay.
But it is possible. Go ahead and
I rolled a 1.
okay. Then you wouldn't be able to
Okay.
recognize them anyway. I mean, one guy is unrecognizable.
Yeah. Looking for a man without a head.
All right.
We got him.
All right. So you guys want to ride the horses into town?
Mhm.
All right.
Hold on. I want to check the coach man for see if he had any extra ammo on him.
Okay. Yeah, he had 6 shotgun shells on him.
All right. And
Is anybody-
I want to check the coach to see if there's any like spare ammo lying around.
It does not look like. It looks like he had put all of them into his pocket.
Okay.
Is anybody in the market for a hat? Because there are a lot of hats up for grabs right now.
I'm fine with mine. I got a Boss of the Plains with pinch front.
I'm fine with my hat. I'd rather not be recognized as one of these scoundrels in town.
I mean, to be fair, I think one of the hats is just obliterated with
Yeah,
blood
one
all
of the
over
hats
it.
is there's only half of it. So okay, all right. You guys start heading to town.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
All right. You guys see the town of Fremont up ahead of you, and as you start riding in, you're met by 4 people mounted on horses riding up to greet you. The man at the front is very clearly the sheriff, and the other three seem to be guards. And the sheriff stops and says, "The coach service just had 2 coach horses come in, somehow separated from the coach. Y'all wouldn't happen to know anything about that now, would you?"
Yes, sir. We were in that coach when we were set upon, and they fired at us, and I am in some dire need of some medical attention. I show him my stomach.
He's like, "Oh, well, luckily for you, we got a doctor just inside, but we've had a lot of issues with bandits in the area nearby, so we'll get you your medical attention, but everybody else is gonna have to sit tight in the sheriff's office for a little while till we get this sorted out and make sure your story checks out." One of the guards behind him, clearly he stole the dead guy's boots, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, one of the guys behind him says, "Hey, sheriff, look at that. Looks like he's wearing Boots' boots." The sheriff looks a little closer and is like, "Oh yeah, so you killed old Tiburcio, huh? We've been having a lot of trouble with those folks. All right, you guys
You
seem
got
all
any more
right.
people you having troubles with?
You guys seem all right. I figure you're probably telling the truth if you're wearing that man's boots, because I don't think he'd surrender those without a fight. So I'm gonna take you in to the office, not under any threat of jail at this point. We're just gonna bring you in, and I'm gonna send my boys out just to assess the situation, just to be sure, make sure there's nobody left alive. But we'll get you." And he looks at Lux. He says, "We'll get you to the doctor, and the rest of you will bring in, and we'll go over the details of the bounty on the man you'll kill."
Bounty. Ooh, I like the sound of that.
All right, so he brings you guys in, past a couple of buildings. The sheriff's office is right near the entrance to town. So he has the little city boy, Nick, and Khalil. He has all of you guys hitch your horses there and wait in the office. And he's going to be taking Etta down to the doctor's office to get looked at.
Okay.
So Etta, he takes you down. Unfortunately, the doctor's office is literally the opposite side of town. So it
Ugh.
takes a few minutes to get there. So give me 2 constitution checks.
2, 3.
All right, so you get down to the doctor's office, and the doctor looks at you and he's like, "Oh my, I'm not going to ask any questions about how it happened. Just sit down right here." And he goes and he grabs a kit and he brings back some bandages. He gives you a piece of leather to bite down onto while he tries to pull bullets out. But he gets everything out. He seems to be pretty good at what he does. Wraps everything up, puts some ointment down. So you are no longer going to have to make constitution checks, but you are still going to have to heal up your constitution damage.
Okay.
That's going to be basically you'll heal 1 damage per night. So won't be too long.
Okay. Will I be able to sleep there at the doctor's office, or?
Well, the doctor dismisses you. He said that you should be fine as long as you don't do any strenuous activity. And the sheriff takes you back to his office where everybody else is waiting.
Okay.
So you guys are all in there for a few minutes. Did you want to ask any questions or?
Yeah, I'm gonna be all like, well, now that we got into this scuffle together, I think it'd be mighty fine if I learned y'all's names.
The city boy looks and he says, "My name's James. James Dunlop."
James Dunlop, nice to meet you.
The name's Samuel. Samuel Weston.
Samuel Weston, nice to meet you too. Mighty fine work with my shotgun there.
Hey, you got a beautiful weapon, if I might say so myself.
Well, thank you. How about you,
Jed.
Jed?
James, he says, "I not to diminish your guys' role in this. I very much appreciate everything that you did, but I think it's very obvious that I did not have much to do with what happened out there." So he looks at the sheriff and he says, "I am not really going to be able to, in good conscience, take any of that bounty, so let them split it up amongst themselves. I'm going to have to head out. I have a job that I have to get to, unfortunately."
Fine by me.
Okay, he says, "I'm going to bid you farewell," and he bows a little bit and walks out the door.
Good luck.
All right, so after a little bit, the guards come back and they walk in the door and say, "Yep, Boots, Coffee, Pete, and the gang all dead. Driver lying dead a little further down the road." He looks at you guys and they say, "They've been robbing coaches for a while. We've been trying to get them, but they only strike travelers coming to the town and always a pretty far ways out. In fact, they all had bounties on their heads. $100 total. You guys know who killed who, or just give you all the money and let's split it up?"
Well, Samuel here killed the gentleman who had those boots that he's wearing.
I was gonna say I was just gonna point to the boots and shrug my shoulders.
Jed killed the guy who shot at me. And then I killed the other two. The two riflemen.
Okay, so they're like, okay, so do you guys want to split it up, or because Boots had $50 on him?
I'm gonna interject and I'm gonna take that.
All right,
You're taking that 50?
Yeah, I'm gonna take that 50.
and I don't know who shot you or anything about that, but the rest of them totaled up to about $50. So we'll just say,
We'll
I don't
split it.
know. Okay, $25 each for the rest of you.
Sounds good.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
All right, you guys do see that there are like a lot of wanted posters around here.
Oh, perfect.
And the guards go over, tear a couple down, crumple them up, and like shoot some hoops.
I say, who are all these other people up here?
I say, well, unfortunately, we got a little bit of a plague of bandits around here.
You don't say.
We are lucky enough to have the financial backing to put bounties on them, but not quite enough to pay for a good enough police force to actually take them out. Unfortunately, they outnumber us probably about 10 to 1 in total. Luckily, they don't work together, but if we were to try to go after them, that'd not do so well. It says, you guys can look at the wall, make sure to get a good look at them, and bring any back will be much obliged.
What's the pay on them?
They each say like how much they cost, like how much money you'll get.
Okay.
Most of them aren't really all that much. It's usually like $50 to $100 maybe for like the big ones, and a couple of them are like $10-15.
Whoa. That sounds more profitable than prostituting.
Are they all dead or alive?
The sheriff looks and he's like, technically yes, although we would more prefer dead.
Just the
Alright.
way I like it.
You ain't happen to got a boarding house around here, do you?
He says, yeah, we have a couple of boarding houses. We have a hotel, boarding house, and then another boarding house that's a little bit more fancy, and a hotel and brothel. And the Flying Stallion also offers rooms to people who eat and drink there. There's quite a few places you can choose.
I'm kind of interested in checking out the brothel.
Of course you would be.
Well, hey, if I plan on opening a brothel, then I want to check out the competition.
I thought you just said you didn't really want to do a brothel anymore because...
I said that. No, I said it might be more profitable.
Working at it.
Okay.
She said
it
it's
might be
better to
more
not work
profitable.
at one.
Well,
She
we'll
never
see.
said about owning one.
We'll see.
All right.
I
You
just want
guys-
to check it out.
Leave.
Can I check the horse to see kind of like damn it, I should ask for like the colors of the horses and stuff.
Nick, you got a horse that's just all, it's like kind of a gray, like a smoky gray coat.
Okay.
Khalil, yours is white and brown, kind of mottled.
Mhm.
And Lux, yours is brownish fur and then a black mane.
Okay.
And then what do the saddles look like?
The saddles are just saddles.
Just bare saddles? Do they have like a backpack space?
Kind of. I mean, you can probably strap a rucksack or something to the back of the saddles.
And then for like a rucksack, you can like take that off and carry it with you, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna take my horse over to the stables.
I'm gonna go back to the general store.
Head to the
Okay.
stables as well.
Okay.
Well, Jed, you want to go see where Samuel went?
Yeah, we can go find him.
Let's go ahead and just walk through town, see if we can't peep him. If not, maybe we can head over to the Flying Stallion and get us something to eat.
Yeah, I am starving, miss.
All right, we're gonna cut to Samuel.
All right.
So, Samuel, what do you want to get from the general store?
This time I wanted to check to see if he had a shoot. What the fuck was the name of it? Hold on. Let me search the document. What the improved sites thingy?
Oh, he says, "Yep, I have 2 in stock."
Ooh. How much?
Oh, this is gonna be $15 each.
Shoot. Let me go ahead and cop them.
You already have like $50. How much money do you have right now?
$71.
$71?
Yeah.
Oh, because you got the $50 from
Yeah.
the bounty. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. So you've got 2 improved sights. Those can be added to either a rifle or a shotgun, not pistols.
I'm gonna add it to my rifle and the shotgun.
Okay.
What does that
All
do?
right.
Up the accuracy?
It increases the aim.
Aim. Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay.
When Jed and I are heading towards the Flying Stallion, do we pass by the general store at all?
No, but just past the Flying Stallion, you can see the general store. They're like literally like right next to each other across the street.
Okay.
And in fact, since Samuel just got finished shopping, you'll probably see him walking out of the general store as you're walking to the stallion.
Yeah, I was gonna walk to the horse place.
Yeah, you can also hitch your horse in front of the Flying Stallion for a little bit, but just don't leave it there all night. No.
Okay.
I might actually need to run into the general store because I'm guessing that my shirt and stuff is
What? No, it's
holy
fine.
and bloody.
It's fine.
That's cool though.
That's
That's
character.
honestly kind of the style.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed, I was actually wanting to stop by the general store real quick before we hop in here. Is that all right?
Sounds good. I think I'll accompany you.
Ah, all right.
All right. So Jed and I are going to the general store.
Yep, you pass by Samuel.
Hey,
Hey,
where are you heading?
I was gonna put my horse up for the night and then head over to the eatery place.
You on the stallion
Okay,
here?
well, after we get done here, we're going to the Flying Stallion. Yeah.
Oh, I'll meet you guys there then.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, you guys get to the general store. What is it that you're looking for?
I'm looking for a shirt.
Okay, he'll give you a decent shirt for, I'd say, probably $1.
Okay.
Would
Just
for
a
$1.
blouse.
All right, and Jed and Etta, you guys looking for anything else?
I'm looking for sort of blade to protect myself if need be. Maybe
Okay, you
something
want?
I can use.
He definitely has some knives and hatchets,
Got
and a
anything
wood cutting axe.
approximately dagger size?
Yeah, he shows you they got a couple of like hunting knives and Bowie knives and stuff.
I like the look of these Bowie knives.
A good Bowie knife would be $4.
$4. How many are there? Like, is there like a variety of Bowie knives?
I mean, they're just knives. There's one that has like like an antler handle.
It's actually kind of cool. Is that the one for $4?
That's $6.
$6. I'll take the cool antler one.
Okay.
Okay, do I make it to the
I guess
stables?
we're gonna head to the. Okay.
Yeah, you guys will be headed to the Flying Stallion, but for now, while you guys were in there, Khalil was going to the stables.
Okay, and then I'm gonna head to
The Flying Stallion.
yeah.
All right, so the 3 of you meet back up at the doors of the Flying Stallion. You open it up, and it's a pretty sizable saloon. It looks like. Say it's maybe like 20 feet by 25 feet for this main open area. They have a bar area with a bartender behind it, plenty of tables. There's a waitress going around bringing food to people from a door in the back. It seems to be relatively busy. You didn't see a whole lot of houses in town. There are plenty of houses, but it seems like most of these people are most likely like ranch hands from the nearby farms and ranches. So it seems to be kind of like a congregating point for most people in the area.
Okay. Is there a table that we can go sit at?
Actually, when you guys enter in, you see a man standing at one of the tables. As soon as he sees you get in, he stands up and he looks at you guys and waves you guys over. He's very well dressed, almost kind of out of place. He has a spotless derby hat on and a black jacket and waistcoat with gray pants and nice wingtip shoes. He waves you guys over to the table that he's sitting at.
You guys know this man?
No. Do you?
I wasn't expecting
Well,
anybody.
Can we do like a
well, what?
perception? What would like?
Do you want to
What
like?
would you?
Are you trying to get like a judge of his character?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for his personality.
Okay, go ahead.
Is that perception, right?
Wisdom.
Or is that wisdom? 4.
He seems like a pretty honest person. He seems very sincere. He doesn't appear to be shifty or like he's hiding anything.
I'm gonna go ahead and head on over there.
Yeah, might as well.
I follow.
Okay, once you guys get close, and he says, "I'm so sorry. Are you the fellows who just came into town, fighting off Tiburcio's gang? Sorry, Boots' gang."
Well, we sure are.
Oh,
Who are you?
perfect.
Who's asking?
I'm so sorry to be so forward, but I am urgently in need of people such as yourselves. Daring, brave, dangerous. I have a prosperous opportunity for you to do the very same thing that you just did, fighting off dastardly folks who give good working people a hard time. You guys can call me Nathan, and I don't need an answer right now. Just think on it. I'd like to sit down with you guys for a little bit. And you guys look down, you see that he has the table like fully stocked. He has bottle of whiskey, a pitcher of cool beer with cups, and a plate of honey butter biscuits and a sizable shepherd's pie sitting on the table.
I go ahead and sit down.
Me too.
And it says, "Oh, splendid! Just give me a chance to explain things. This is a very good opportunity, especially if you're in need of money."
I start
How much are we
chowing
talking?
down.
Well, money certainly doesn't hurt.
He says, "Well, let me just start from the top. I'm an ambassador for a wealthy philanthropist who has a vested interest in the growing success of this town. He sees a bright future for this town, believes that his investment will return very well down the road, not just monetarily, but structurally. However, the lack of law and the sparse civilization makes craven individuals such as the ones you encountered not only commonplace, but bold and more dangerous than usual. The sponsor needs the town to grow so his businesses will be successful, but the town has stayed small, with people being afraid of the ruffians in the hills and desert. You wouldn't have to fix every problem. The people just need something to believe in. You just have to make yourselves known, both to the people you're protecting and the people we need protecting from. This way, people will feel like they have ground to stand on, and the ne'er-do-wells will feel like they have nowhere to hide. Problems will start to fix themselves. People will be drawn to the area. More people means they'll stick together, be harder targets. The town will start to prosper. People may even come to town just to see the place that births such heroes as you will inevitably become. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It is hard work. The last few times we tried doing this, we only had 1 or 2 people at a time. They didn't quite work out, unfortunately. It's a hard, unforgiving place out in the plains. But this time, we're going to try with more people, you 3. You seem, honestly, much more qualified than any we've had before. With every unsuccessful attempt, we are also increasing the pay. You'll be rewarded quite handsomely for each job, with a $50 hiring bonus if you agree right now. What do you say?
Well, first of all, who is your boss?
He prefers to keep to the shadows. For one, he sponsors some law-abiding endeavors, such as yourselves, and if his identity were to get out, there are many who would seek revenge against him. But he owns and finances many businesses in the town and some nearby towns. He also owns a few stakes for mines in the hills nearby, but he's unable to get workers for it because there aren't enough people in the town.
And you said it was a $50 signing on bonus, and then we'd get paid for each ruffian that we take down?
Essentially, more just each
It-
job. It's not going to work exactly like a bounty.
Would this
Now, is
correlate
this on
to
top of the bounty?
Okay.
Not quite. I don't want to get into the details of it, but if you would be working for us, we would be paying much more than the bounties would pay you, but you would not be allowed to work for the bounties if you're completing our assignments.
Why? Wouldn't you guys be having the same objectives? Like, why couldn't we get both bounties?
Essentially, yes, but okay. You guys have to promise not to let a word of this get out. It could be very dangerous for my employer if this started spreading. But the sponsor is also the one who manages the finances for the bounties as well. He's the one who pays
Okay.
the money for the bounties. And so, of course, I can't have you letting this information out, otherwise, every ruffian with a bounty on their head would try to kill him to stop it from being paid out. But essentially, instead of paying you a little bit for the bounty and then paying you a lot for the job, he's just going to be paying for the job itself, just to simplify things for himself.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna pour myself a whiskey and take a drink of it.
is there a secret cache of weapons that could help us in our endeavors?
He says, "No, you guys, as I said, you will be rewarded quite well, as well as a $50 hiring bonus, and you can use that to amass a cache of weapons."
All right, I'm in.
Now, sir, when all is said and done, and we have cleaned up this town of all the riffraff, and there is nothing left for us to do, then what?
It says, "Well, if you manage to complete every job that comes up, I imagine you'll be so well off, there will not be any limits left for what you can do."
Now, you said your benefactor owns many businesses in this town. When all is said and done, if I decided to open up a brothel, would he have anything to say about that?
Oh, well, he doesn't necessarily own the businesses, he's more of an investor in a lot of them. So if you were to open up a brothel, you would have competition. But if he likes your entrepreneurial spirit, he may invest in it.
So, what's to say after we complete these tasks, since we already know too much about this man, that he won't try to have us silenced?
Well, if you guys do complete the tasks that he asks of you, there will hopefully not be enough of a danger from the criminals for it to be an issue. I can increase the starting bonus by $25 for a total of $75 each.
What do I need to roll to bargain?
Charisma.
Charisma? Mm, okay, I'm just gonna take the good stuff already.
Do we have a deal?
Sounds good. Where can we stay that you'll be able to find us for any future jobs you might have?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I am going to be sending you guys over to the headquarters. It's fully furnished. He hands just a single map. He says, "Here's a map to it. I don't think you will need it that much. It's with the map you won't have to remember where it goes." He says, "You have been each afforded decently sized rooms with accommodations paid for by the sponsor for as long as you're in his employ. You will have fully stocked refreshments, reasonable food, and of course housekeeping as well."
So
Oof.
basically, a
Oh
place
my.
that's all expenses paid for.
Essentially, yeah.
Oh my
Hmm.
god!
They're
This
not going to pay
pays to
for
be what
Hang
you
to
said.
this.
they're not going
Mhm.
to pay for like weapons or money, but they'll have someone coming in to restock like food and drinks.
Sounds good to me.
My generous.
Did we go to check yet?
He starts writing out the checks for you.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. I am gonna eat, and drink some whiskey. And try to forget that I was shot in the stomach twice.
Does the whiskey just kind of come out of her wounds?
Yeah,
The fountain.
it's just like pouring something into a water bottle with holes in it. She starts
Yeah.
drinking it, and it just like little spouts just
Like
all
Neat
over
party
the
trick,
place.
huh? You guys want to drink some of this?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you.
Pass two.
Okay, so he cuts us the checks, we eat, and then how about we head over to the place that we'll be staying?
I just can't. I'm gonna go
Just-
cash in my check.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go
We'll
cash
do
in
it
the
before
checks.
the bank closes, yeah. On the way to the bank, I would like to talk to Samuel a little bit.
Okay, make a charisma check.
Jesus. Why can't he just talk to me like a normal person?
I don't know, can he? Make a charisma check.
I got 3 charisma.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Okay. So Samuel, you seem to have quite the affinity for guns.
Who's asking?
Me.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you did that yourself. You definitely wiped out that other guy. I didn't even see him.
It's a lucky shot. Try to stay as quick on my feet as I can. If I hit him, I hit him, you know? You seem pretty precise though. How do you get to be so handy with a gun?
Let's just say I've had to use it a few times.
I'll leave it at that.
Good choice.
Alright. So I approach the bank teller.
The fuck you do?
They have 2 bank tellers.
Well, I get there first.
Okay.
What's your
Power
Nick,
walk.
what's your speed?
5.
I get there right behind.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna race to the teller or anything.
He's like, there's another one right there.
Yeah.
Khalil
Well, I get
runs.
to the other teller first.
Okay.
I want to cash in my
Samuel
check.
runs up, he's like,
You get to
"First,"
both of the tellers.
slaps the check down. They're startled, but they see the signature from the ambassador. They cash the check.
Okay, I'm gonna cash my check.
Hey Edda.
Yep.
What's your read on this Samuel guy?
I don't know. He plays mighty close to the chest. He doesn't want to give too much away.
Yeah, he seems a little I don't know, maybe a little aggressive.
When it comes to gear, it does seem that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit loot hungry.
Mhm.
Well,
All right. So we should head to our new house.
So that is just down the street, and your guys' headquarters is in the center of town at that center intersection. It's basically across the street from the hotel. It's a pretty sizable building. It's about the same size as the hotel,
Ooh.
and it's seemingly pretty nice. When you guys go in, there appear to be a lot of rooms. There's like a full like open like dining area in the front, as well as a bar. There's no bartender, but there's a place where you guys can like use a countertop. There's stairs that lead up, most likely to rooms on the top floor, and the back room is like a locker room with some like storage and stuff.
Are there any places to? Well, I guess it's just best to leave the horses in the stables, so that way those people can take care of them while we're not using them. I
Yeah,
was gonna say, is there like stable or anything there? But
no, there's no stable connected.
I'm gonna go to the bar and I'm gonna ask, does anyone want anything to drink? We should celebrate.
I think I'd rather head up to my room.
As you head up to the
Alright.
room, the ambassador Nathan he comes out of one of the rooms and he starts walking out and he meets you and he says, "Oh, you folks have decided to come in. Thank you. I'm going to be staying here as well. So if you ever have any questions, I will be right here. And if I ever need to get a hold of you guys, I hope you guys will be accessible
He's saying that to
to everybody."
Cleo or to Samuel. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's like a bit of a walkway above where he can see everybody.
Oh, okay.
tip my hat to him.
I keep walking towards the rooms.
He's clearly put off a little bit by that, but he understands, I think. And he's just sort of like, you guys do good work, so I'm not gonna push it.
Hey, it's a job. I get paid. Don't try to be my friend.
Yeah, he's the one who pays you, so
Yeah, pay me and fuck off.
well, you live with him now, so
What?
Would you like a
Is he
drink,
my
Nathan?
roommate? I didn't think so.
actually you are sharing a room
Son of a bitch.
with him. No, you guys all get your own rooms.
It's like, I'll go get a hotel. Fuck this.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have myself a whiskey and then I am gonna go rest.
I'll have a mimosa.
They do actually have the ingredients for mimosas.
Nice.
Is it on the menu, or do I have to kind of walk him through it?
Well, the bartender is Lux right now, I think.
Oh, you're tending.
Yeah. I mean, I used to own a brothel, so
Ah,
I'm pretty sure I know how to make some drinks.
let me get one of them juicy
Alright.
juices.
I whip him up a drink. Samuel's already gone. I'm gonna ask Nathan if he wants anything.
He says, "Nope, I'm just gonna be heading back to bed."
Okay. Then I'm gonna have my drink and then head to bed.
Jed
Oh,
guy's
that
a
ain't crying.
dick.
Well, I think Jed's fine. I think you're the dick.
What are you talking about?
So when I sleep a whole night, I get one constitution back. Okay. I'm up to 2 constitution. And then when we sleep, we gain our luck points back too.